This week in the parish of bourses and market structure, delay data being traded, Nasdaq Level, NSEL settlement Afoot, Pershing ICE, and a Chan extension. My name is Patrick Kelly and welcome to the Bourse Business Weekly Digest. It's the Exchange Invest Weekly Podcast, episode 359. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very brief reduction of highlights amongst the key headlines from the week in market structure. All the analysis of the many events and happenings from the past 7 days can be found in Exchange Invest Daily Subscriber Newsletter, the unique guide to the Bourse Business sent daily to your inbox. More details at exchangeinvest.com. In bid carnage without a Clarity Act, President Trump is pushing for more crypto clarity. The White House meeting industry leaders, but the problem is surely that the crypto concept of clarity is actually total domination and supplicancy by all beyond the distributed brotherhood, and POTUS gets his X%. That's how it feels to many, according to our inbox. If you enjoyed this excerpt, you may be interested to know you can read Bit Carnage every day in Exchange Invest. Alternatively, if you want to follow Bit Carnage, the daily update on the happenings in the world of crypto and digital assets, you can find Bit Carnage as a standalone on Substack.
Thanks for listening to Exchange Invest Weekly. We welcome your feedback. You can contact me directly, patrick@derivativesvision.com, with any comments. Meanwhile, if you enjoyed this show, we would welcome you giving us a thumbs up. Or if you have time, a positive review will always be welcome, wherever you find this podcast.
Over in the world of exchanges itself, what a difference a day makes. First up, Kalshi found itself on the receiving end of a lawsuit from FlightAware for alleged misuse of data in flight today contracts. But within 24 hours, the suit had been dropped, suggesting a settlement over alleged data and trademark usage without permission had occurred. Nasdaq, meanwhile, create the deal of the week. Arm's-length ATS-centric operation to build tokenized future markets and elevating a Roland Chai to run the new digital arm. In creating a digital liquidity network organization, presumably Nasdaq has sidestepped the odd US regulation that precludes exchange owners from directly controlling and owning an ATS. That is, of course, being already worked around by SIBO when it bought bids. The job move is also fabulous for Nasdaq, with their leading digital assets manager, Roland Chai, being elevated to run this new digital liquidity network software organization. Congratulations also to Nikolai Kozakovich, who has been appointed head of European Market Services in Roland's place. 63 Moons, the former FTIL, are preparing to settle their NSE liability in mere 13 years after the exchange collapsed. Indeed, 13 years since I could have sworn Jignesh Shah said he was going to settle everybody imminently. Meanwhile, there's exciting news of a new shareholder in the parish, or at least a new shareholder in the public parish in America. Billionaire investor Bill Ackman, who previously had a stake in TASE, the Tel Aviv Stock Exchange, which he's holding at the moment, has also added Intercontinental Exchange to his portfolio with 6 new major companies he invested in. Also from around the parish, he invested in S&P Global. Good news for Chief Executive of the HKEX, Bonnie Chan, alongside her team, the HKEX itself. Her contract has been renewed, utterly unsurprising in every respect. Bonnie Chan has done an excellent job maintaining the momentum of the Charles Lee era and executing key milestones in the Hong Kong Exchange's story. Equity options volumes have grown prodigiously amongst several recent product launches, while the truly revolutionary rollout is on track with Chinese government bond futures trading and thus the offshore RMB yield curve gradually moving to focus on Hong Kong Exchange's benchmarks. At the same time, in the general area of exchange stories, HKEX is pushing ahead on consent trading out of discussion as it prepares a paper, and indeed the ASX shareholders are finally planning a class action suit. They're looking to sue former directors over the chess project. Unsurprising in the extreme. Polymarket and Kalshi, they had a bit of a bad week. New York City launched a sweeping investigation into both of them, causing the CFTC to invoke emergency powers to keep Kalshi operating. In results, it was a busy week for results in the parish. All the details were in Exchange Invest Daily. Newsletter, no person can afford to be divided in capital markets and market structure. For the sake of the podcast, let's look at some edited highlights. Australian Stock Exchange, not bad results actually, well, given how badly businesses managed, and the fact that it didn't have any former CEO. Up 13.3%, not as disastrous as many ASX results at the operating revenue level, although profits were lower, at least were not growing by 13%, but it's still abjectly mediocre given the wasted generation of ASX's performance. The three, on the other hand, from Brazil, their second quarter results not looking too bad at all. Net revenue up 8.8%, but net income up 28.2% as total revenue grew 12.2%. A very, very healthy net income leap. New markets this week. We had several new markets, most importantly Indonesia, to launch a mineral and commodity exchange in 2027. Over in deals, it was a busy week for deals in the parish. Most excitingly, Intercontinental began and concluded their exchange sale for bonds, $3.5 billion being sold to acquire market access. Don't forget, if you fancy some financial insights with moving pictures, you can check out our live streams, which are still coming to you from the end of September. We will be back. In the meantime, you can catch all the existing shows Tuesday, 5 o'clock London, midday New York time, the IPO video show. Catch the back episodes on LinkedIn and YouTube at IPO-VID. And of course, don't forget, Exchange Invest is now 7 days a week publication, free on Saturdays and Sundays, with the Sunday supplement being the latest edition, and also during the week for more focused news about the world of exchanges itself. We are out Monday through Friday. Sign up now at exchangeinvest.com. Our finance book of the week, Aerotropolis, The Way We'll Live Next, by John D. Casarda and Greg Lindsay, a classic of the genre. I really, really enjoyed reading this one. It's an eye-opening book looking at the airport becoming the centre of the city built around it, the better to keep workers, suppliers, executives, and goods in touch with a global market. Our next book of the week will be unveiled Saturday in the weekend edition. And don't forget, if you want all the news in the divorce business sent to your inbox, subscribe to Exchange Invest via exchangeinvest.com. It's only $499 per annum to join the exchange of information. Product news at Hong Kong exchanges, they're midway through their rollout of 18 stock option classes with weekly and monthly expiries. Launch dates 10th of August and 17th of August this past week, as well as one coming up on the 31st of August, the last Monday of the month. Single stock options are growing well at Hong Kong exchanges, while the potential to replicate the US single stock equity options market, well, there's plenty of opportunity therein. In career paths, interesting to see that the Capital Markets Authority, i.e. the financial regulator, the chairman of the board has been given the rank of minister, quite the elevation for Al-Sudairi, and also showing how serious Saudi Arabia is about its ongoing building of the financial centre internationally. Meanwhile, in Big World, continuing our Big World theme on retail, which has been going on for the last couple of weeks during August, our Philippine team is proud to note that at least one Manila store makes it into the world's largest shops, albeit it's not a local brand. IKEA Manila in Pasay City covers some 65,000 square meters. That's just a few feet short of 700,000 square feet, and opened in 2021. And on that mysterious and magnificent note, thank you for listening to this EI Weekly Podcast 359. Join us daily via exchangeinvest.com, or if you think exchange like built, get in touch. We build marketplaces. My name is Patrick L. Young, and I wish you a great week in life and markets.
This show relates to the business of bourses. It is not to be construed as investment advice, nor are we making any investment recommendations. Please consult an investment advisor before you make any investments, and for goodness sake, do your due diligence and do not make investments without complying with the regulations in your home state. Exchange Invest cannot be held responsible for any investment decisions made as a result of our program, which is for entertainment purposes only. The material herein is copyright Patrick L. Young at the date of publication, while our music and sound effects are sourced from copyright-free sources. Thanks for listening to Exchange Invest Weekly, the exchange of information.